Ladies and gentlemen, I've been driving Volvo 240s for years and almost all of them had the same handbrake problem. The problem these cars have is that the manual adjustment of the handbrake cable, which is in your center console, it doesn't work. So you have handbrake shoes inside of your rear disc and those need to go outwards to actually work as a handbrake. But they can't go outwards far enough to actually grip on the inside of your disc. So you don't have a handbrake. And today we're going to fix that. To show you guys what happens when I drive the car outside, if I pull the handbrake almost through the roof, you can see that if I put my car in first gear, I can still just pull it straight through the handbrake. Not a good thing. If you have the same problem, really keep on watching. I make this video for all the people that have problems with their handbrake, because if your handbrake is not working and you get in an emergency or you need to park your car, it's not a good thing if your car just rolls down the hill. Or if you need to make an emergency stop, that nothing actually happens. So the very easy thing to do is to grab yourself a Phillips head screwdriver, put your seats forward. Of course, I have different seats than the original ones, but that doesn't change anything. And then you can get a Phillips head and you will find two screws over there and one over there. So we're gonna take these screws out of the center console. We now have removed both washers. Now actually there's a trick. If you put your handbrake up a tiny bit, then you can actually slide it forward. But there is a little bucket over there, a little basket, and you can actually take that out. I hope, yeah, look, I can take it out with one hand. From the other side you will see this. You will have a metal lip over there, and that is the switch for your handbrake lighting. Over here you can see some wires. We need to remove this plug, which is for your seatbelt lighting. That is this fitting. If you take your hand and stick it on the top, you'll actually feel a little piece of plastic, which is this light, which will blink also when you have your interior light on, and it should work, and when your seatbelt is off. And then you can just take this piece and slide it on out. When you have taken out the two screws and the lighting fixtures and fittings, you will be left with this. This is your handbrake assembly. So if I pull this handbrake, you can see these two wires, one cable over there and one cable over there, which are adjusted with a nut over there and a nut over there. If you turn these nuts inwards, you will actually tighten your handbrake, and if you turn them outwards, you will actually loosen your handbrake. It's that easy. You might think, hey, the left cable is for the left handbrake, the right cable is for the right handbrake. No. The right cable is for the left one is for the right one. If you've tightened both nuts and if your handbrake is still not working, then the next step is to turn them loose again, untighten them, and make sure you have some slack on the cables, because that will make it easier to take off your brakes, and then we can tighten them further along in the video. Over here we have our handbrake assembly, and if you look closely, I think you guys can see it too. Look at the wear marks. That looks very weird. And the reason for that is that these handbrake shoes need to be pushed out. So underneath here is actually a lever that pushes these brake pads out. But this part, as you can see, is not touching. So you're actually only using like half of your brake pads. And in the middle here, it's also not touching. So it's only touching like, yeah, I don't know, maybe 30% of the whole brake shoe. The thing they made for this is this thing. Look, you can turn this one out and that will make the travel of your brake pads wider. This is a solid metal plate and we're going to change this metal plate for this part. And if we do that, we can actually adjust the brake so it just slightly grabs onto the inside of the discs, which of course, like over time will even expand. But the reason for doing this is when you pull your handbrake, you will have more contact surface of your brake pads on the inside of your brake disc. And that's what we're gonna do today. So guys, let's see. This is a brake disc. So you have your hub, you have your discs, and you have the 5 holes. Don't mind my drawing. Right inside of this disc, you have your brake pads, something like that. You get the point. What happens when you pull the handbrake is you have a lever here, which pushes these ones out. Over here, you have a solid point. So what happens is if your diameter of your disc is like, let's say 20 centimeters or 20 inches, this is just for show. And if the bracket that is over here is put at 18 centimeters, the problem you will have is that this point never changes. Only this point changes. They don't go outside both, they go outside on one point. They lever on one point. So the problem with that is that only if this goes outwards, you will only touch on this surface. So over here, your brake pads will wear like crazy, and this part over here will not touch anything. So if we change this, and if we make this 19.5, you will already see that when you pull your handbrake lever, this will actually grab all the way until there. And since the brake pads the handbrake shoes are actually lined until like 2 centimeters from the edge, you will actually use your complete full pad. And that is why we are changing this point, because on many 240s you have that solid simple bracket which doesn't work because it's too small. So first of all, we're going to take out this spring and the other spring, and then we're going to see if we can actually take out this plate. But I think if we just remove the top spring, we can actually take out the plate already. And I'm gonna take off everything because I know some of you don't have working brakes. So I'm just gonna show you guys how you can install them the easiest and the safest way, because it can be a bit tricky with the high tension springs that are in there. There's one small one over here and a huge one on the bottom over there. Let's get going. Let's take off the springs. So I'm just gonna use this little thingy. This is a little tiny hook, but first I'm gonna get some glasses. So before you start, take your safety goggles, because if you get steel in your eye and they need to grind it out at the hospital, it's not fun. I can tell that because it happened to me. Let's get this on. Let's hook this one in there. And that's just how easy it is. This is the plate I'm talking about, but this one is solid, and now we can actually widen it. I've also made these myself someday, but yeah, you can just buy them. I will put a link from R&D Car Parts down in the description below, and then this one will actually just slide in like so. And now you can turn out this one and you can actually widen the track, because if you turn on this center part, you can actually already see that it's becoming wider. And that's what we need. We need it wider. Let's take off everything to show the guys that don't have any handbrake stuff on their car how you can install them, because then it's just easier. Take that out. We're gonna take the spring out, so the tiny spring goes on top. And then we go on the bottom. And that's that. And now we have a full handbrake shoe out of there. And that is the other one. So these tabs go on the bottom, this tab goes on top. And now we can put them back again. So what I'm doing right here is I'm sticking the pad in like this. Now the spring is already hooked. The thing we need to do now, actually pull the whole pad down and hook it into the clamp that's behind here, which I'm going to show you guys in a tiny second. That's that, and that's that. Let's make sure this one is also seated inside of the hook, and that's that. That's how you do the bottom spring, and that's how you get dirty hands again. We have now clamped down pads. The next thing we're going to do is throw this guy in there. Just like so. And now we get the spring. We get our little spring puller. And actually the spring is actually right in between the teeth of this thing, but that doesn't really matter because it will just do its job. That doesn't matter at all. And that will also kind of lock the width of this spacer in one position. Now we can grab our disc. And you can see the disc goes on freely. We don't want that. It might sound weird, but there is actually a groove inside of your disc which this part slots into, and you need to get past that groove. So if it's just a bit stuck, that will be fine, because your brake pads also need to wear in a bit onto your discs. All right, that's a lot of play more. Look, now we're stuck. Now we're stuck. That means we have too much. So guys, as you can see, I have a little bit of space between there. So that should mean that if we put this one here, yeah, that's around 4 millimeters more. That's that. So guys, my brakes are done and they are improved for I think 50% and they need to brake in a bit. So just to give you an idea, some people call it a handbrake, some people call it emergency brake. A handbrake is just something that opens up and stops the car. So it will never like see the motion of the brake disc. If you use it as an emergency brake, it will need to stop the car. And that is something way different. So like I said, if you have the brake pads with the diagram I showed you on the whiteboard. If you look at my brake pads like I showed you, you could see that I have some tiny spots where the brake pads are actually touching the inside of the brake disc. If that over time like wears a bit out, it will wear actually in the face of the brake disc, which means that the brake pads will eventually just copy the shape and size of your brake disc. The way to do that, some people might not agree with me, but the way I do that on my car is I just take it for a drive and I pull the handbrake very slightly. So I'm not yanking it all the way up while I'm driving, but I drive like 40, 50, 60 kilometers an hour for like 500 meters or something. Pull the handbrake a bit, so you just wear the pads in. When you have wear them in, you can then adjust it on the cable over there where I showed you guys. And if it feels okay, if you can stop the car and if the car just stays in place, then you're done. But this way, with the adjustable bolt, which I showed you guys, it's a easy and quick fix of getting a much better working handbrake than you had before. And that's it. I really hope this video helps you guys because I got a lot of customers which had the same problems and they were all very pleased with how much the handbrake worked afterwards. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching again. See you on the next one. Bye bye.